What's up, YouTube? Something feels off with this Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence rematch that should have happened back in December at the latest. Errol Spence coming out with his surgery, blaming the loss on, and he did. He blamed the loss on not seeing jabs and hooks. It was an excuse, no matter what you label it. He should have never came out and said that. He said, "Why do you think I got so many? Why do you think I got hit so many times with jabs and hooks?" That's an excuse. Crawford has the right to not want to fight him. Listen, I beat you. You say you're a man. You say you make no excuses. You said you were gonna knock me out. I beat you fair and square. It was the weight. You were dehydrated. You were running up in a high altitude, and that messed up your all these excuses. I respect Spence. Spence is the man, one of the best fighters in boxing. This loss doesn't take anything away from him, and me saying this does not make me a hater. It doesn't make me against Spence because I rock with Spence and I like Spence. I am a fan of Errol Spence. I would have never said any of these things if he didn't come out and make an excuse. If you think that him going out in a wheelchair with an eye patch on, saying, that you know what he said, that's an excuse. Whatever. I still like him. Still a big fan. Still gonna rock with him. But that's an excuse, and it doesn't look good. It's not the man thing to do. Let's be real. It's not the man thing to do. Should have kept it to yourself. The rib injury, you kept hush. That's respectable. All the excuses, if they are true, you kept it hush. That is respectable. But you didn't keep this one. You had to let this one go. And something feels off. Back to what I was saying. When Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had the rematch, Fury didn't want to do it, and Wilder went to court to enforce it because they had a contract with a date and a time frame that the fight had to take place by. Obviously, the judge ruled in the favor of Deontay Wilder, as the judge should have. It was his right. He wasn't asking for anything that he wasn't contractually obligated to. He signed for the rematch. You have to do the rematch. Why hasn't something similar to that happened with Crawford and Spence? It just makes me think as to, are they leading Crawford on with some promises of the switch to Amazon Prime and promising him this huge payday? I don't know. But it seems like, Crawford's talking about fighting Canelo. They stripped him. They want Boots to fight Crawford. And he's confusing me as well, because one day he's talking about fighting Canelo, and then the next, not literally the next, because he doesn't post too often, but there's been another time where he says he's still contractually obligated to fight Spence. So it's like, okay, you're contractually obligated, but when's the deadline? Okay, so the deadline passed. So, so are you actually contractually obligated, or you are morally obligated? Do you morally want to do the rematch, or do you contractually have to? Like, can you get sued if you don't do it? Why would he talk about fighting Canelo if he could get sued for fighting Canelo? Man, and it makes me, I just started thinking, like, yo, what's going on with this fight, man? The first fight was a domination by Crawford. It's not the fight anybody wanted. We wanted a more even 50-50 fight. You want to see both fighters get dropped. But it was one-sided. It was a domination. Dropped Spence second round, seventh round. Like, it was a domination. Where is this fight gonna happen? Why hasn't any news come out? I mean, with this surgery of Spence, how long is the recovery for that? When does it? What point later in the year you guys are gonna fight? It just seems like something's off. Is PBC having some kind of plan for Crawford that they're promising him and making him wait? Like, yo, if you go another route, we're not gonna get you this, this, and this, so and so. Because he can't. If the contract has a deadline and the deadline is over, something's that's never been explained. It's never been explained. And even when they were interviewing Steven Espinoza and asking him, listen, the deadline is over, is the fight still contract? He doesn't answer it directly. So man, I want that fight to just get over with. Just get over with, because I want to see the best fight the best. And I don't think Crawford is ducking boots at all. But he has this big fight with Spence. Hopefully they will use the surgery to promote the fight and make an, because you need an excuse after a one-sided domination like that. You need an excuse for people to want to pay you, get the brakes beat off of you again. So you need an excuse. On one hand, it's good that he came out with the excuse that, yo, I literally couldn't see. I couldn't see, and you ain't knocked me out. I get it. That's a good play, but it does make it an excuse. And it doesn't look good for you. It may do good for the pay-per-view, and the money is what matters. We are in Miami Hustles. All about the money. But I want the fight to happen. Let's get this over with. Put some pressure on him. Let's go. Peace.